Let us continue atomic structure, energy of electron. To know more about energy of electron, we will take quartz tube. We are taking quartz tube. We are taking quartz tube. We are taking quartz tube. In the quartz tube, let us introduce a proton and let us introduce a electron. So we are introducing one proton into quartz tube and one electron into quartz tube. Sir, what now you are introducing proton and you are introducing one electron. When you are introducing one proton and one electron into quartz tube, what is the interaction between them? What is the interaction between them? Is there any interaction or there is no interaction? You are introducing proton and electron into quartz tube. While what is the interaction between them? That means you are taking proton separately and electron separately. You are taking one proton and you are taking one electron and you are introducing into quartz tube. While what is the interaction between them? Do you say, is there any interaction? Is there any attraction? Or do you say no attraction between them? What do you say? Do you say that between them attraction is there, or between them attraction is not there? What do you say? You are taking quartz tube. Okay, you are taking quartz tube. You are introducing one proton and you are introducing one electron. Now, between them, will there be any interaction? Between them, will there be any attraction? Between them, will there be any attraction? Will there be any attraction or no attraction? What do you say? That in this quartz tube, before introducing these two, it is vacuum. It is completely vacuum. Before introducing proton and electron, this quartz tube is completely vacuum. You are taking one proton and you are introducing into this quartz tube, and you are taking one electron and you are introducing into this quartz tube. Now between proton and electron, will there be any interaction? Between proton and electron, will there be any interaction? Interaction is there or there is no interaction? Do you say any attraction or no attraction? What do you say? Do you say any attraction is there between them or there is no attraction between them? What shall we say? This proton is having what charge? Means positive charge. Electron is having what charge? Means a negative charge. Now between them, if you say attraction, why is it so? We'll see. If there is no attraction, why is it so? We'll see. While introducing time, we are asking. Okay, so when you are introducing proton and electron into quartz tube, what is the interaction between them? What is the interaction? That means, do you say attraction is there between them, or do you say no attraction between them, or do you say we are unable to predict? We are unable to predict. What do you say? Which do you think in your mind? What is your idea? Or do you think that like this doing, is it possible or not? Do you think like this doing is it possible or not? Do you think? Theoretically you have an idea. Theoretical idea you have it. Imagine it. Imagine it. Go for imagination. Okay. So you are introducing proton and you are introducing electron. How you are introducing means you are taking one proton from one place and you are taking electron from one place. You are taking proton from one place and you are taking electron from one place and you are introducing. At that time, will there be any interaction? At that time, will there be any interaction between them? Okay. You are saying that no attraction between them. Sir. So you are saying that no attraction between them. It is correct. So between proton and electron, there is no attraction. That means what is the distance between proton and electron? You are saying that there is no attraction. That is correct. That means proton and electron between them, what is the distance you have to consider? Okay. So you are saying that infinity is the distance. Infinity is the distance. At this time, when the distance is infinity, proton is proton is proton is not attracting electron. Proton is not attracting electron. Electron is not under the control of electron is not under the control of proton. So we can say electron is not revolving around the proton. Electron is not revolving around the proton. Like this you can say. Okay. Electron is not under the control of proton because infinity distance. So electron is not revolving around the proton. So we can say what we can say means electron is not revolving around the proton. So let us leave this system for sufficient time. Let us leave this proton and electron in the quartz tube for sufficient time. After sufficient time, if you see what happens. After sufficient time, what happens means that is becoming hydrogen atom. That is becoming hydrogen atom. After sufficient time, what happened means that become hydrogen atom. Now you say that become hydrogen atom. Now you say what is the distance between proton and electron? What is the distance between proton and electron? So now hydrogen atom is produced. Hydrogen atom is produced. Now what is the distance between proton and electron now? What is the distance, do you think? What is the distance between proton and electron? Between proton and electron, distance is infinity or not now? In the hydrogen atom, now hydrogen atom is produced. In the quartz tube, we introduced proton and electron. After some time, what had happened means hydrogen atom is produced. It will happen practically. There is no doubt like this will happen. Sir. So hydrogen atom is produced. Now, what is the distance between proton and electron? Will it be infinity or not? Now, distance between proton and electron, is it infinity? Now, distance between proton and electron is infinity or not? What do you see? So, initially what we have done in the sense, we took quartz tube. In the quartz tube, we introduced proton and we introduced electron. At that time, distance between them is infinity because there is no interaction between them. We are leaving this system to sufficient time. Okay, we are leaving this system to sufficient time. So on leaving this system to sufficient time, what happens means proton and electron the proton and electron, what had happened means hydrogen atom is produced. After leaving the system to sufficient time, what happened means hydrogen atom is produced. Now, what is the distance between proton and electron? Is it infinity or not infinity? That is it. Hydrogen atom is produced. Hydrogen atom is produced means what? Proton is in the nucleus, electron is revolving around the nucleus. Therefore, only we are saying hydrogen atom. We are saying here hydrogen atom because Proton is in the nucleus. This electron is revolving around this proton, around this nucleus. Now distance between proton and electron is infinity or not infinity. And also you think that the electron is revolving around the proton in the sense. Between proton and electron, attraction is there or not? Electron came under the control of proton or not? In the hydrogen atom is produced. Hydrogen atom is produced in the sense nucleus is there. In the nucleus, proton is there, and electron is revolving around the nucleus. So electron is revolving around the nucleus means electron is under the control of nucleus. Electron is under the control of nucleus. So electron is under the control of nucleus, we said. Now there is a, now what is there will be attraction or not? Electron is under the control of nucleus means nucleus is attracting electron. Nucleus is attracting electron, therefore electron is revolving around the nucleus. Now what is the distance between proton and electron? Will it be infinity or not infinity? What do you say? Distance between proton and electron is infinity, shall we say, or it is not infinity, shall we say? What shall we say? Distance between a proton and electron is infinity, shall we say? Distance between proton and electron is infinity, shall we say, or it is not infinity? What shall we say? Distance between proton and electron, shall we say infinity, or shall we say not infinity? What shall we say? What do you say? What do you say regarding this? Hydrogen atom is produced. Hydrogen, how the hydrogen atom will be there? Hydrogen atom means nucleus will be there, and electron is revolving around the nucleus. Electron is revolving around the nucleus. Correct? So hydrogen atom means what? Nucleus will be there. In the nucleus, this proton will be there, and this electron is revolving around the nucleus. Correct? This electron is revolving around the nucleus. Now we are asking that what is the distance between nucleus and electron? Whether this distance is infinity or not infinity. If we say distance is infinity, that meaning is nucleus is not attracting this electron. If we say distance between them is infinity, then we can say nucleus is not attracting electron. If the attraction is there between them, then distance is not infinity. Distance has some value. So you come to conclusion whether do you say infinity or not. If you say okay, you are saying that it is not infinity. It is not infinity means so the distance is not infinity. So distance is not infinity means we will say that attraction is possible. Attraction is possible. So now we said attraction is possible. We said okay. Initially what we did initially, we took proton and we took electron. Between them distance is infinity, we said. Between them distance is infinity, we said. Between them distance is infinity. Okay, we took proton and we took electron. Between them, what is the distance? Between them, what is the distance means infinity. Okay. We left this one for sufficient time. After sufficient time, what happened means hydrogen atom is produced. That means proton is in the nucleus and electron is revolving around the nucleus. Electron is revolving around the nucleus. Okay, proton is in the nucleus, electron is revolving around the nucleus. That means, shall we say, electron came near to nucleus, shall we say electron came near to nucleus? This proton and electron we introduced. After some time, hydrogen atom is produced. Now, shall we say electron came near to nucleus? This is one of the possibility. We may say that you may ask that why can't you say that proton went near to electron? Like that also we can ask a question. Or why can't we say that both came closer? Like that also we can say. Okay, so one possibility is what means electron came near to nucleus. Second one is nucleus went near to electron. Nucleus went near to electron. Third one is both came closer. Both came together. Both came closer to each other. Both came closer to each other. So three possibilities are there. We took proton and electron. We left them in the quartz tube. We took proton and electron. We left them in the quartz tube. Correct? What happened means after some time hydrogen atom is produced. After some time hydrogen atom is produced. Now shall we say electron came near to nucleus, shall we say, or nucleus went near to electron, shall we say, or both came closer, shall we say? What possibility shall we say? Or shall we say any one possible? Any one possible. What shall we say? Any one shall we say? Or shall we say we are unable to predict? We are unable to predict. What conclusion? For which conclusion we will come? For which conclusion shall we go? Now the proton and electron we took and we left in the quartz tube. After some time hydrogen atom is produced. This will happen practically, there is no doubt. Now shall we predict that electron came near to nucleus, shall we say, or nucleus went near to electron, shall we say, or both came closer, shall we say, or any one will happen, shall we say, or we are unable to say anything? What do you say? Which number do you say? Sir, what Bohr's prediction, that we will see. Bohr's thought in what way we will see. Bohr's took like this. Bohr's considered like this. Niels Bohr considered the first one. Electron came near to nucleus because of nucleus attraction. Electron came near to nucleus because of nucleus pull. Because of nucleus pull. Niels Bohr thought this point. Niels Bohr considered this point. Niels Bohr considered this point. Sir. So Niels Bohr considered what point in the sense electron came near to nucleus because of nucleus pull. So electron came near to nucleus. Electron came near to nucleus because of nucleus pull. It is Niels Bohr's thought. How do you say it is Niels Bohr thought? This is also a question. How do you say this is Niels Bohr thought? It is also a question. Okay. This also we will discuss. Now, first initially we took proton and we took electron. What was the distance initially? What was the distance initially in the sense infinity? Distance is infinity. So, there is no attraction between nucleus and electron. Attraction is not there means potential energy is zero. Attraction is not there means potential energy is zero. How do we say? What is potential energy? Potential energy is nothing but interaction. Potential energy is nothing but interaction. Interaction is nothing but attraction or repulsion. Potential energy is nothing but interaction. Interaction is nothing but attraction or repulsion. Okay, potential energy is nothing but interaction. Interaction is nothing but attraction or repulsion. Okay, potential energy is nothing but interaction. Interaction is nothing but attraction or repulsion. Attraction or repulsion, we can say. Now there is attraction is zero. When the distance between nucleus and the electron is infinity, attraction is zero. Attraction is zero means potential energy is how much? Potential energy is zero. Sir. So what is a potential energy means? We can say zero, we can say. Potential energy, we said zero. Okay. Now what is the kinetic energy? What is the kinetic energy of this electron? Now we are saying kinetic energy of electron with respect to revolving around the nucleus, we are saying. Here also potential energy we said with respect to what means between this nucleus and electron there is no attraction, therefore potential energy is zero. Okay. We are not saying actual energy of this electron. Actual potential energy of electron we did not say. That is, I am discussing these points with you by what manner means regarding Bohr's thought. Bohr's thought only I am discussing with you. Okay. So this electron is not attracting nucleus because the distance is infinity, therefore potential energy is zero. So potential energy of electron is zero because this electron is not attracting nucleus because it is at infinity distance. Now what is the kinetic energy? Now we are saying kinetic energy of electron with respect to revolving around the nucleus. With respect to revolving around the nucleus. Kinetic energy of electron we are going to say now with respect to revolving around the nucleus. With respect to that we are saying kinetic energy of electron with respect to revolving around the nucleus. Okay. Now this electron when it is at infinity distance there is no attraction, then will it revolve around the nucleus? Can we say this electron is revolving around the nucleus? Can we say that this electron is revolving around the nucleus? You say that. Can we say this electron is revolving around the nucleus? When the distance is infinity, no attraction, therefore electron is not revolving around the nucleus. Therefore, what is the kinetic energy of electron with respect to revolving around the nucleus? What do you say? What is the kinetic energy of electron is zero. You see that we are not saying actual kinetic energy of electron. If you say kinetic energy zero, it is not moving. Okay, it is not moving in the sense with respect to around this nucleus, not its own behavior, Okay, therefore kinetic energy is zero with respect to revolving around the nucleus. That only we are saying. Sir, now energy of electron we will see. Energy of electron means sum of potential energy and kinetic energy. Since they are zero, energy of electron is zero. Sir, so we said energy of electron is how much means zero. We said energy of electron is how much in the sense zero. Sir, so we said the energy of electron is zero. So between nucleus and electron distance is infinity. At this distance electron is not having attraction with the nucleus. So with respect to nucleus, electron is having potential energy zero and kinetic energy zero. Therefore energy of electron is zero. Energy of electron is zero. Said okay. Now it is left for sufficient time. This system is left for sufficient time. Okay. So after sufficient time we can come to know that hydrogen atom is produced. That means it is a nucleus, and around the nucleus what is there means electron is revolving. Electron is revolving around the nucleus. Sorry, okay. Electron is revolving around the nucleus. After sufficient time. After sufficient time, what is produced means hydrogen atom is produced. Now, we considered one of the point here. What is the point means electron came near to nucleus because of nucleus pull. Like this point we considered. We are considering this point. Out of these three, let us take this. Electron came near to nucleus. Sir, that we will consider it. Sir. So now we are saying that here what had happened means electron went near to nucleus. Electron went near to nucleus because of nucleus pull. So now you say that electron went near to nucleus because of nucleus pull means electron has done work or it has not done work. What do you say? Electron went near to nucleus. Otherwise, how hydrogen atom will produce? So, electron came near to nucleus. That means electron has done work or no work. Without doing work, can anybody move? Electron is moving from where to where? From infinity distance to this place. In the hydrogen atom, there is attraction between them. Means certain distance is there. Distance is not infinity. That means electron came closer to the nucleus. Electron came closer to the nucleus means superficially we can say that it traveled some distance. It traveled some distance means it has done work or no work. Without doing work, traveling, is it possible? Therefore, we can say electron has done work. Doing work means energy should be spent. Energy should be spent. Without spending energy, how we can do work? Without energy, how we can do work? So, electron has to spend energy. It has to spend. Then only it can do work. Then only it can travel. Otherwise, how can it travel? Sir, electron spent energy. In the beginning, we said energy of electron is 0 with respect to nucleus. We will talk with respect to nucleus only. We need not talk actual energy of electron. Okay. Actual energy of electron we cannot calculate. So we need not consider. Don't consider. Okay. Don't consider it. Why actual energy of electron we cannot calculate? First, seeing atom is not possible. Then seeing electron is not possible. Cathode ray we can see. But can we take out this is one electron? Like this we are taking out and finding charge and finding energy. Is it possible? Absolute energy of electron finding, is it possible? There is a natural limitation. So what we can do? Another thing you see it, whatever the thing you measure, whether you are measuring length or you are measuring breadth or you are measuring weight or you are measuring height, whatever you want to measure, in that uncertainty will be there. Uncertainty means what? There is inaccuracy will be there. Inaccuracy means what? Not exactness. Error will be there. Without error, we cannot measure anything. Whatever the accuracy you go, Error also will be there. We can minimize error. If suppose we are saying that we are increasing the accuracy, we are increasing the accuracy means we are minimizing the error. That's all. Making error as 0 is impossible in this universe. This is the natural fact. So what we can do, we can increase error. Sorry, we can increase accuracy. So we can decrease error. That's what we can do. Making error as 0, making accuracy as 100% is impossible in the universe because of a natural limitation. Whatever you do, some error will be there. So that finding absolute energy of electron is impossible. So we will leave this point. We are not talking about actual energy of electron. We are not talking about absolute energy of electron. So we will leave this. We will take what means we are considering distance between nucleus and electron is infinity. When the distance between nucleus and electron is infinity, energy of electron is 0 with respect to nucleus. Energy of electron is 0. Energy of electron is 0 with respect to nucleus. Okay. Energy of electron is 0 with respect to nucleus. With respect to that, we will proceed and we have to tell. In that way only Niels Bohr also proceeded. Sorry. So we are saying that after some time this became hydrogen atom. That means electron came closer to the nucleus. That means electron traveled from infinity distance to this distance. Electron traveled from where to where? From infinity distance to this distance. So electron traveled means it has done work. It has done work means it has spent energy. It has spent energy means from where it will spend energy? From its own only it will spend energy, no? From its own it has to spend energy. It has to travel means it is going from infinity to this distance means it has to travel. It has to travel means it has to spend energy. From where it will get energy? From its own body it has to spend energy. Isn't it? So it is spending energy. You may ask that nucleus is pulling, that's why it traveled. So though nucleus is pulling, it is traveled in the sense it has to walk or not. It has to travel or not. It is traveling means it is doing work or not. It is doing work in the sense it has to spend energy or not. Sir, it has spent energy. In the beginning, we said its energy is 0. Because distance is infinity, no attraction. Now, what is the energy of electron? Now, energy of electron is, now means hydrogen atom is produced. Now, energy of electron is first point, negative, second point, positive, third point, 0, fourth point, none. What do you say? Energy of electron is how much? Now, what is the energy of electron, do you say? Hydrogen atom is produced. How you have to consider means you should not consider absolute energy of electron. That point you need not consider. You have to consider in what way? In the sense you have to consider like this. Like this you have to consider. When the distance is infinity, energy of electron is 0. From this point you proceed. From this point you are proceeding. Now energy of electron is, do you say negative? Do you say positive? Do you say 0 or do you say none? What do you say? Energy of electron is how much? How much do you say? What is the energy of electron, do you say? you are saying that energy of electron is negative, you are saying. You are saying that energy of electron is negative. Why? Because initially 0, it has spent some energy. Spent some energy means it became negative only, no? Became negative. Initially, what is the energy of electron with respect to this? Initially, we said the energy of electron is 0. It has spent energy. Therefore, energy becomes negative. That is only correct, no? Energy becomes negative. Therefore, energy of electron is negative. Now you say Niels Bohr said energy of electron is equal to minus 13.6 Z square by N square electron volt per atom. It is Niels Bohr derivation energy of electron formula. Niels Bohr derived energy of electron is equal to minus 13.6 Z square by N square electron volt per atom. To this, we are substituting the values. Now, hydrogen atom means Z is equal to 1. Now, we will consider N means, let us consider first orbit. Energy means, N means first orbit we will consider. We will say that it is the first orbit. We will say that it is the first orbit. Now, atomic number is how much means 1. Z is equal to 1 because hydrogen atom. Z is equal to 1 because of hydrogen atom. And it is first orbit, therefore N is equal to 1. First orbit, therefore N is equal to 1. Now you substitute Z and N into this formula. We will get energy of electron. So energy of electron is equal to minus 13.6 electron volt. Okay, energy of electron is equal to minus 13.6 electron volt. Now, energy of electron in hydrogen atom in first orbit is minus 13.6 electron volt. Why it is negative? Why Niels Bohr derived energy of electron as a negative value? That means what is the Niels Bohr thought? What is the Niels Bohr thought? Now you say energy of electron is minus 13.6 electron volt in the hydrogen atom when in the first orbit means is it actual energy of electron or it is derived as so and so? By considering this assumption, by considering this point, by considering this infinity distance. So energy of electron is minus 13.6 electron volt he got by considering so and so. What shall we say? So it is a derived one. It is not a actual energy of electron. Sir, so we got why energy of electron is negative means it is not actual, it is derived. Sorry, okay. Now we will substitute these values. Now we will take a hydrogen atom. We will take hydrogen atom in the sense Z is equal to 1. Z is equal to 1. We will take the formula energy is equal to minus 13.6 Z square by N square electron volt per atom. This formula will take, we will substitute Z is equal to 1 and we will substitute N is equal to 1. If we substitute N is equal to 1, it is indicating first orbit. For first orbit, what is the energy means minus 13.6 electron volt. Then we will substitute N is equal to second orbit will go. Now we will substitute N is equal to 2, Z is equal to 1. So we will simplify, we will get second orbit energy. Second orbit energy is this much. Then we will go for third orbit. For third orbit we will substitute here. We will simplify, we will get energy. We are getting energy as this much volt, electron volt. Then we will take fourth orbit. For fourth orbit, what is the energy means this much energy. Then we will take infinity. Infinity will substitute. Infinity if we substitute means energy is equal to how much means 0. Okay, so we have considered like this. So energy of electron in different levels we considered. Sorry, we have written like this. First let us